Hey folks, a Trace Monk here, and we're going to start playing some Pillars of Eternity. I'd kind of meant to start playing it earlier, but that was about that time that everything started getting busy on me, and then I found out that there was a whole bunch of, not devastating, but kind of pain bugs going on with it. But, they released a patch on Friday that seems to have cleared up most of those. There may be some new ones. Who knows. Let's go ahead and start the game though. We are going to play on normal. I am kind of a newcomer to real-time party-based RPGs, but I think I'll be able to handle it. If not, we do have the option to lower the difficulty. Yeah, we're not going to be messing with different languages.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
So, we're already kind of dead weight, apparently. But now we go to the character selection screen. This is... I've gone only far enough in this to pretty much do the first combat encounter, and that's been about it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be male. And we have options here. We can be human, we can be Amawa, we can be dwarf, elf, Orlin, or godlike. My thought here is to maybe try out doing the Almawan thing. Yeah, gain a bonus to defend against prone and stun, and they gain an additional weapon set. Okay, so yeah, let's see here. My thought right now is to be a barbarian, because there are currently, I do know there are 3 classes that aren't covered by NPC companions that are available, and those are barbarians, monks, and rogues. So, be an Almawa, a coastal Amawa, a barbarian. Looking kind of rough there, dude. All, you know, skinned and furred up there. And yes, we would get Carnage, which basically gives us splash damage to everything. It would also make us very much a meat shield, except that we would get hit a lot by things. So let's go with that. Do we want Frenzy? Once per encounter. +4 might, +4 constitution, 33% increased attack speed, -10 deflection, and it hides our health and endurance for 12 seconds. Or let's go with Barbaric Yell, because it's, one, we can use it more times per encounter, and secondly, it frightens. the enemy, which is going to make them easier to hit, make it harder for them to hit us, and possibly allow us to piggyback some other things on it. So we start with +2 might here because we're Amawa, and you can see here, if you haven't seen this screen for some reason, the the gold star is highly recommended, the silver star is recommended, and let's be honest, they've designed this thing so that there are just basically no dump stats. There's no, you want to like just drop this as far as you can, because you can see here, like resolve, it's not recommended for us, but if we go under, we lose concentration, which is, our ability to avoid getting interrupted in our attacks. We lose deflection, which is our AoE and ranged, our melee and ranged defense, and we lose some of our will defense. So I'm kind of wondering here why exactly Constitution is in here for as highly recommended, but I'm guessing that's because they want you to be able to soak things up. So I'm gonna pump everything other than the might we'll pump the might just a little bit too. One thing I do kind of want to do here is that the intellect will increase the area of effect of our splash damage, so I actually kind of want to raise that a decent amount too. Let's see, there are 6 stats. Let's maybe just bump that to 12. Bump the Constitution to 12. And then yeah, like that. And then I don't know. I really like the idea of like somehow having this massive splash damage thing going on. It's kind of makes me think of the Whirlwind Barbarians from Diablo 2. And I'm kind of raising all of these just a little bit because I know that there are some things, there are dialogue options behind way more of these skills, or way more of these attributes than you might think there are. And we're not just talking about being around int here either. Yeah, we'll bump the int to 14 and leave it at that. I don't know what the level up situation here is, but okay, so we need to pick a culture. Adir. The Adir Empire is currently the largest and most powerful force in this part of the world. It's centered around the equator and has a tropical climate. Although the empire has colonies, Deadfire Archipelago, consisting of the nation of Nasitak, dozens of Omawa settlements, and hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, Omawa, and a mixed variety of other races. As the last stop for anyone headed east, a multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible. Ixamidal Plains, located to the northeast of Irelandfith. The Ixamidal Plains are a large expanse of fertile savannas that are extensively farmed by human and Orlan residents. The Ixamidal culture is one of the oldest in the world, though one of the least imperialistic, having spread out little over the past several thousand years. Old Vilia. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, Old Vilia is now the crumbled remnant of an empire of warring merchant nations, counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks. The Old Vilian countries are still forces to be reckoned with and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. Rautai. Dominated by the Amawa nation of Rautai, the Gulf itself is host to a number of nations, most of them Amawa, Orlan, and Dwarven. Though these countries are relatively young, they are some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the East. The Gulf is a land of riches and resources for those who can take them, though the entire coast is often pummeled by violent storms. The Living Lands is the mountainous region of a large northern island renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and its ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races and a variety of colonial and independent settlements. And then the White that wins. The large, cracked southern expanse of polar ice, the White that wins, is home to pale elves and small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers. While virtually no plant life grows in the White, it is home to many hardy species of dangerous animals that forage from the sea or prey upon each other to survive. Oh. And interesting seeing what gives armor of different kinds here. I don't know. I think we'll be from the edges to the east from the Deadfire Archipelago. It'll give us 13 decks. What? Huh? Oh. That actually like bumped us back there. The other option is maybe the White that wins. I like that. The idea of, hey, we came from the far south where it's all icy and everything. Bumps our perception up, which perception is interrupt, deflection, and reflex, whereas dexterity is more action speed and reflex. I don't know. I think the Dex makes more sense for the barbarian, and I don't know, just like the idea of, yeah, you go past these islands and stuff's gonna kill you, but we live here, so don't mess with us. Okay, let's go on. Okay, now we have to pick a background. We can be an aristocrat, a drifter, explorer, a hunter, mercenary, raider, laborer, merchant, or slave. I think we already have, if we go back here, barbarian starts with some athletics and survival. So I don't necessarily want to double up on any of that right now. Although, you know, slave background, it can work. Survival allows them to make better use of the food and potion they find, increasing the duration of such items. Can also involve wilderness challenges. We could go hunter and get some stealth. Explorer would get us some lore and some additional survival. Mercenary, which seems like a very likely thing for this guy to have been, give us another point in athletics and a point in lore. Meanwhile, plain old laborer would give us some mechanics, which is kind of, I guess, yeah, finding and disabling traps. It's not our barbarian's way. He might be kind of smart, but, you know, That's not what he's smart about. He's smart about knowing what part of his opponent's body he needs to hack off, which I think that, yeah, let's go hunter. Alright, now we need to, okay, we have no facial hair options. I don't know about you, but that looks very much barbarian to me. You got kind of like the colorful paint all over his face. Yeah. Now, would that strike fear into the hearts of, you know, enemies? Sure. Might also, depending on the coloration of an area, serve as some camouflage. Not likely, given natural colors, but... Oh, is that like... It's actually like clothing colors. Okay, for some reason I thought that was... Oh, or we can pick a skin color. Yeah. There we go. Now, do we have any portraits that come even close? Probably not. Oh, we've hit the women. Yeah, this guy right here is about the closest you can get.
Follow me.
Silence surrounds me.
I'm here. Follow me. Let's go! Keeping quiet.
Yeah, I think the stoic one's probably best here. And now we need a name. Dear. Any thoughts? What? Yeah. I'm asking my wife for input on this here. What? Are you talking about like that? No, I think I need a more barbaric name. Because he's a barbarian. No, see, that's a perfectly manly. Ah. Well, he's kind of like an aquatic-ish species. They tend to live near oceans and stuff, but he's a barbarian. And in particular, he's from this archipelago where if you go out any further east, there's big old sea monsters and stuff. Huh? Something like that. Merrick. Yeah, okay. I've heard that from somewhere else before, but oh, but yeah, we'll go with that. That works. All right. Our first goal is to journey to the Gilded Vale. Alright, the caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you
Touch
over.
of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Yep.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I
Okay.
know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
So, Sparful. I'm not sure which one of you guys is supposed to be Sparful. This guy, maybe?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Well, what are those ruins then?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Characters, yeah, may all open up options in dialogue. Cool. So all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over.
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Yeah, I bet. Dangerous
Not if
out
you
here?
worry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
He's concerned about the weather getting worse. What kind
This
of
time
weather
of
do we
year,
get?
Rain, mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick. Born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
And what are those huge rocks?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Weird.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Didn't notice that, but yeah, you can totally like scroll back up through all this stuff.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay. Character and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers. Yes, okay. So we can
What you need?
individually select people, or we can
What you need?
Yeah.
What you need?
Control click, or we can drag and select, and we can walk them around like this. Okay, what do we... Let's see.
Huh?
So, you know, here we are. We've got this stuff. Yes, I backed this on Kickstarter. Does that actually do anything? I don't even know that that does anything. Right click for details. Gaunt's Pledge. Worth 410 copper. Okay. And the Cloak of the Obsidian Order. Oh look. How silly that is. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take that off. And then we have our little giant miniature space piglet. Go for the eyes, boo. Go for the eyes. So, Kalisha here. Let's see, she's got might 17, con 14. She's a fighter. Okay.
Right.
Well, folks, that is going to be it for this episode here. Hope you've enjoyed, and hey, we can zoom in and out. I plan to record these, actually try to just record these weekly, so that I won't get too far ahead and I can actually read the comments and, you know, maybe do something about it. Obviously, that'll work out better toward the end of the week than the beginning of it, but that's kind of what I'm planning to do. Hope you enjoy. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it or want to see more of this series. Comment, let me know how I'm doing. Let me know that I made a stupid mistake in statting out my barbarian. You know, whatever. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.